welcome to this new video. Today we are going to talk about pod security contests, right? In Kubernetes, we'll talk about pod security contests. So what is a security contest in Kubernetes? Some people think that's a permission, but it is not the permission. So pod security contests usually are privilege, right? It's a privilege that you give to the pod, right? Privilege that you give to the pod to control some stuff. Now, I will walk you guys through. Now, so usually when you want to define what type of user should be used in the pod, for example, you want to also define, uh, the group that will be used in the container, or you want to define is how the file system should be handled in the container. You're going to use pod security context. And one thing about pod security context is that when you define your pod security context will apply on all the container. So when you define your pod security context, it will be applicable to all the container actually in the pod, right? So in Kubernetes, a pod security context defines privileges and access control setting for pod. The setting you specify in the security context apply to all container in the pod. So that's actually for security and for privilege. Now, when you take a look at this piece of code here, it defines here the pod security context. So you have you say run as user, it specify the UID of the user that need to run, for example, right? Run as user, run as group, and the FS group, the Selenius, the level, and we are going to talk about all this for example. Now, I prepare another slide for you to discuss this. Now, when we say run as user 1000, what does it mean? You are defining the user that is going to use. Now here, run a user 1000. Now, what is one user 1000? User 1000 is a user that is not root. We all know that the user ID of root is 0. So any user that any user that the ID is not 0 is not root. So basically, you are specifying here that you don't want a root user in the container. Drop root user in the container. So you will say run as user 1000. Like I say here, run as user, specify that any container in the pod all process run with user 1000. Like how to run with user 1000. You need to have a user in your container that have this ID or is going to fail. Now the second thing is say run as group, right? The same thing, it actually give the ID of the group. As you can see here, group 3000. That's not the group ID that the root belongs to, right? So you say run as group. Now this means specify the primary ID of 3000 for all process within any container of the pod, right? All process, you put them run as group 3000. Now you have FS group that specify owner and group of volume mount. That's a volume on the file system. The file system mount belongs to who? Are owned by you by the group ID 2000. So you specify that okay, the file system belongs to who? You give them 2000. Now you have the Selenius option that specify the Selenius context of the pod. Then I'm going to skip that. There's one thing important here. There's one thing important here that so there's one thing important here. For example, that at the container level, you guys see that this has been dropped. They say allow privilege escalation false. Do not allow privilege escalation, right? So do not allow privilege escalation. And you guys see here, read only root file system true, meaning that the file system is going to be read only. So this is just security context is just for like security, like I said, security and privilege, right? That's for security and privilege. So when you want to do some security and privilege, like for example, by best practice, you should not use the default user in the container or the default user in the pod. We can say should never be root, because with root you have superpower. So the default user should be anything but not root, right? So but that's why you say you set that the root ID, the root run as user 1000. I hope you like the video. If you like it, please go ahead and subscribe, and see you guys on the next video.